So at this time I'd like to give, as I've done in years past, an update on where we've been and a little bit about where I believe we ought to be headed. We're 3 years into our effort to reform and revitalize our county government in Montgomery County. The first year of our administration required triage to stop the financial bleeding, fill the budget holes, and unclog the arteries of our government. The second year continued the first year's work with including several significant advances. Today, after 3 years of tough choices and real progress, with our fiscal house in order, I can state with clarity and confidence that the state of our county government is stabilized and strengthened. The other evening, I was speaking to a group of constituents and explained that over the past 3 years, we were able to fill a $10 million hole in the budget, significantly reduce a $47 million structural budget deficit, rebuild our county reserve fund, begin contributing to our pension fund for the first time in 5 years, all while making government more efficient and effective. I explained that while we reduced the cost of county government by 10%, we actually increased the output of services we provide to our constituents. Of course, we've done all of this without ever raising taxes. On infrastructure, we significantly increased our attention to and investment in repairing and replacing our aging infrastructure. This administration has placed a priority on investing in our county infrastructure, not on ancillary projects. In fact, today, 95.7, and that 0.7 comes from Mr. Monson's math, 95.7% of the recently approved 2015 capital budget will go toward expenditures relating to existing county infrastructure. In contrast, only 53.4% of the 2012 capital budget was stated for similar expenditures. In 2015, the county will invest more than $9.8 million into improvements and repairs for county-owned roads and bridges. This is a 57% increase from the 2011 funding levels. Active bridge projects have more than tripled for 2015. Currently, there are 24 bridges in design, 3 of which will go to construction this year, and 14 will have repairs done to them. By contrast, only 7 bridges were in the design phase back in 2011. It's not just words on a spreadsheet, though. Real capital projects are happening all across our county because we got our fiscal house in order, including repairs and renovations of the Main Street garage, the courthouse garage, juvenile probation facility, the youth center, and at 1 Montgomery Plaza. The new county emergency radio system will be rolled out this year and into 2016. We have a 32% reduction in the number of structurally deficient bridges across Montgomery County. We have continued investment in the county information technology, including a telephone system upgrade and a virtual desktop infrastructure initiative. We've modernized and we're minimizing and maximizing a more energy-efficient county fleet. We've also invested a clear and demonstrated clear commitment to investing in our parks, trails, historic sites, and open spaces throughout Montgomery County. In 2015, the county will spend $4.1 million on county trail improvements, more than doubling the funding level back in 2011 of $1.6 million. In 2015, the county will spend over $530,000 on county park improvements, more than doubling the 2011 level of $260,000. In 2014, our parks, trails, and historic sites welcomed a whopping 1.75 million visitors, which is a more than 200,000 visitor increase from 2012. This can be credited to many things, including an increase in funding for maintenance, new publications, and a more coordinated communications effort online and through social media. On pension reform and contributions to our pension fund, we've fundamentally changed the way we've invested our Montgomery County Retirement Fund and are leading really a national discussion on pension reform. We now invest 90% of the nearly $500 million in pension fund assets in a passive model. Since the change in July of 2013 through our pension board, which also includes the controller and the treasurer, the fund has earned nearly 11.5% annually, well above the required 7.5% rate of return. And we've reduced our fees by 2/3. We've done this by making payments to our pension fund for the first time in years. We've made our government far more accessible to residents, employers, and workers, with the same goal for each in mind. Take the burden off of them to access services that we provide and make it a one-stop shop approach to our government. Community Connections, for example, changes the way that the county delivers human services. By establishing service centers around the county in Norristown and Pottstown and Lansdale and Willow Grove, the county is bringing services to constituents rather than requiring them to come to us. Think about these numbers for a second. Through January 2015, just a little more than a year's worth of data, over 5,000 service requests have been handled in these centers. These include walk-ins and phone calls and referrals from social workers and legislative offices, among others. Over 7,500 referrals have been made. Top services include housing, employment, and basic needs, including financial assistance and food coverage. We're now averaging 206 new clients or constituents per month over the last 6 months. This nearly doubles the 115 new constituents seen per month during the program's first year. We increased our county share of funding for human services by $1 million, which allowed us to leverage another $3 million of state funds for an increase of $4 million in human services. Our MC2B initiative through the Commerce Department created a flattened out, centralized system to help employers prosper and workers work. Through a consolidation and coordination of efforts, whether it's a job one seeks or a grant or a loan or informational services needed, it's now available under one roof, one website, and one phone number. Our government today is far more efficient and cost-effective than ever before because we made serious structural changes. While we have 19% fewer departments in government today, we've actually increased the output of services that we provide. We've also saved tax dollars from this approach. Case in point, by restructuring Mr. McGarry's solicitor's office staffing model from part-time to full-time solicitors and attorneys, we've saved over $100,000 a year by reducing the county's reliance on outside counsel. The county has reduced its physical computer server count by approximately 55%. What does that mean? 120 servers or appliances have been virtualized, which has saved the county over $300,000 each year. Before the end of 2015, most of these servers will run out of the cloud, which will have a dramatic impact on our business continuance and disaster recovery plans and save costs on energy. Our virtual desktop initiative will allow our employees access to their desktops off-site, making them far more mobile and far more capable of serving the needs of our constituents wherever they are. The county's rolled out a voice-over IP system, which has saved more than $115,000 in the first year alone and contributed to our mobile efforts. Our administration partnered with businesses and utilities to reduce the county's energy consumption and make the county assets more energy efficient. I pledged that within 5 years that we would reduce our county government energy consumption by 50%, and we're on track to meet that mark. Through an ESCO with Constellation Energy, the county courthouse is now more energy efficient than the day we walked in here. We also initiated a demand response program that works with utilities to reduce its power consumption at peak demands by switching over to generators. What does this mean for the taxpayers? This is going to save the county $800,000 over 5 years. Looking forward to 2015 with a stabilized and strengthened foundation, we're now in a position to look ahead and better meet the needs of our constituents, not just in 2015, but in the years to come. We'll complete the organizational development plan for human services that will modernize and maximize the delivery and integration of social services. We will add 4 new community connection hubs in Lower Merion, the Upper Perk Valley, Sodderton, and Ambler, and establish a state-county pilot program in Lansdale for delivering added services. In the public safety realm, we'll establish Montco Direct, a plan to deal with disasters in the long term with a multidisciplinary effort among various county departments. We'll launch Text to 911 in the spring, and our new emergency radio system, which Commissioner Castor has been spearheading, will hit the airwaves in 2016. In addition, our Department of Public Safety will be fully engaged in planning the September visit of Pope Francis, and it's my hope that they'll be equally engaged in planning the DNC in 2016. We will announce plans for a more integrated, modern county campus and improve our complex security here in Montgomery County in 2015. We will launch an integrated wellness program that will marry our ongoing expansion of trails with a series of programs and initiatives by our Health Department, our Division of Parks, Trails, and Historic Sites, and our Planning Commission. And we will see through the current active trail projects and complete the missing links along the Schuylkill River Trail in Pottstown and the Schuylkill Canal area, and along the Chester Valley Trail and Cross County Trail. We'll do the legwork to begin the Sunrise Trail and continue the work along the Wissahickon Trail and Erdenheim Farm. The highlight to me will be to finish the job to extend the Pennypack Trail more than 4 miles to a total of 6 miles long. Also coming to our Schuylkill River Trail this year will be a pilot bike share project that will allow those without a bicycle to enjoy the spectacular trail. And that's just the things we know about today. We've come a long way together in 3 years, and we've got a lot left to do. We welcome Commissioner Arkush to the board, and I'm confident that with continued collaboration, we will see continued success for Montgomery County. I want to thank our staff, not just the senior staff who are in this room, who you see every day, but the more than 2,000 people that go out and serve the people of Montgomery County on a daily basis. Our strength as a county government stems in large measure from their hard work, and we're grateful for their service and their sacrifice. I'm grateful to my colleagues for the opportunity to continue to serve alongside of them and look forward to an exciting 2015.